Hello and welcome to Tableau. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a bump chart inside of Tableau Desktop. So what is a bump chart? We're actually seeing one on the top of our screen here, and what we're actually looking at is the comparison of one dimension, right? So the comparison of our regions, which are broken down by our particular lines and our different colors, against another dimension. So that's, in this case, just all of our discrete months. We're basing that comparison on a particular measure. So in this chart, we're basing this off of our profit, and we're just ranking it by that profit. So these lines aren't actually indicating profit. They're indicating the relative position of each one of those regions, just ranked by their profit. All right, so I don't know how much the difference is between my highest profit, and my second, but that's okay. With the bump chart, really the goal is just to get these things ranked. Think of it sort of as a horse race, right? Who's in first, who's in second, that kind of chart. When are these useful? Well, they're useful when you just want that high overview of that relationship without actually needing the breakdown. Although sometimes it is nice to duplicate the thing as a crosstab so you can see the actual raw numbers, which I've done down here. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to build one of these inside of Tableau. So to build that bump chart, you're going to need your two dimensions. So first, let's go ahead and grab our order date. And let's go ahead and take a look at that by month. I'm going to go ahead and just fit the width here. Then we're going to go ahead and grab our other dimension. So let's grab our regions, and let's just drop that on color. Right, so there's no rhyme or reason to this. The order of these different regions is just based alphabetically, which is the default for a dimension. But let's go ahead and create a calculated field. We'll call this our rank. And what we're actually going to use is a table calculation called the index function. So what does the index function actually do? Well, let's just take a look at it. Go ahead and click OK. I'm going to make this discrete, and I'm going to drop it on our rows. The last thing I'm going to do is turn this into a line, just because I know that's what we're going to want at the end. So let's stop here and just take a look at what's actually happening. Well, we haven't changed how this rank is calculating. So right now it's just calculating across the table. So it's just going from January to December, rank 1 through 12. What we want to do is have this actually take into account our regions. And we want to base that rank on whatever measure we want to create with this bump chart. Whatever measure we want to rank our regions by. So let's go ahead and play with it a bit. Let's grab our rank. Let's edit the table calculation. And let's just see what happens when we compute using our regions. I'm going to move this off to the side and just go ahead and hit apply. Well, now we have 5 lines for our 5 regions. So that looks a little closer to where I want to be here. We also want to go ahead and base this off of a particular measure. Right? So we can do that inside of this advanced dialog. So let me just go and do that a little slower. You can always get to that advanced dialog by editing your table calculation, clicking advanced. We're going to sort this ranking by our profit. We'll go ahead and just leave that in ascending order. We'll see what that looks like. Okay. So we saw some things swap around a bit, right? So what actually happened there? Well, we're only basing this off of our region. And we're not taking into account each month here. So what you're actually seeing here is in ascending order, so our lowest profit first, to second, third, fourth, and fifth, just overall for each region. So what this is basically telling me that international is doing the best, South is doing the worst overall, but what I really want to see is this thing restarting for each one of these months. So I want this calculation 12 times. Well, we can go ahead and just hop back into our advanced dialog. Let's add our months. Move it to the top. And when I think about what's actually happening here, it makes more sense for me for the top rank here to be the highest profit and the bottom rank to be the lowest. It just makes sense to me. So I'm going to go ahead and swap this and say, let's sort this in descending order. And the last thing that I want to do is actually restart every month. So when we think conceptually about what that's doing, every month we're going to find out what the ranking is for each region based off of our profit in descending order. Let's go ahead and just hit apply. And there we have it. That's a completed bump chart right there. A lot of aesthetic things you can do to maybe make these better. You can change your rankings to add customized headers. You can use other charts to do certain things with this, but this is all you really need for your bump chart. The last thing that I might do is actually just hide this rank header, because it's pretty obvious what this chart is doing. And if I wanted to explain more, I could put it in the title. I just want to use this real estate just for the chart. So that's it. That's how you build a bump chart inside of Tableau Desktop. Hopefully this was useful. There's a link on this page to a workbook that has an exercise in it to actually build one of these things. So if you weren't following along or you just want a little extra practice, go ahead and use that. So thank you.